NATO and Ukraine have begun major naval exercises in the Black Sea as tensions with Russia run high. Ukraine's Navy posted these images as the maneuvers open. The U.S. and Kiev are leading the drills involving more than 30 countries. They'll last 2 weeks. The alliance says they're intended to showcase its commitment to collective defense. Russia annexed the region's Crimean Peninsula back in 2014 and sees the exercise as a provocation.
A ceasefire between government forces and rebels has been agreed to in the capital, Mekelle. And we're getting reports that forces from the Tigray People's Liberation Front are in control of the city after government forces withdrew several hours ago. Ethiopia's military, with the help of Eritrean troops, has been battling forces loyal to the TPLF for nearly 8 months in a conflict that has displaced 2 million people.
Well, what we've heard speaking to people on the ground there in Mekelle is that within the last couple of hours, the Tigrayan Defence Forces, the TDF, have moved into the city. We heard that there was heavy fighting between them and the government troops, the Ethiopian National Defence Forces, around the airport, initially around the airport. And we've heard people on the ground saying that the TDF took control of the airport, have taken control of 3 key road checkpoints that lead into the city.
A former president, Jacob Zuma, who's 79 years old, has been sentenced to direct imprisonment of 15 months for contempt of court. He has 5 days to present himself to a police station at Nkandla or in Johannesburg to be sent to a correctional facility. He will appear in court on his fraud and corruption trial on the 19th of July. He has also been ordered to pay the costs of 2 counsel. If he does not present himself to a police station in 5 days' time, the Minister of Police has been ordered to do whatever is necessary to make sure that he does.
A procession honoring fallen soldiers. This year, tens of thousands have climbed the steps of this memorial in Jinggangshan in southern China. The town is called the Cradle of the Revolution and was where Chinese Communist Party founder Mao Zedong escaped opposition Kuomintang forces and expanded his embattled Red Army. In the lead-up to the party's 100-year anniversary, visitors have come to pay their respects to Mao and his comrades. The Chinese Communist Party was founded in 1921 with only a few dozen members. Today, there are more than 90 million. The body has ruled China unopposed since 1949, and from the bottom to the top, all are affirming their loyalty to the party ahead of July the 1st.
The possibility of life outside our planet has always spurred the interest of the world's renowned scientists and scholars. Now, Japan has opened a new UFO lab last week in the rural town of Ino at Fukushima Prefecture. According to a report by the local Japanese news outlet, the Mainichi, the International UFO Lab is filled with some 3,000 pieces of UFO-related materials and clues. It was inaugurated on June 24th, which was named UFO Day after the first reported UFO sighting in the US. The Japan Times reported that the research center will be headed by UFO enthusiast Takeharu Mikami. Mikami runs a monthly magazine called Mu, which explores a wide range of themes such as UFOs, super science, psychic powers, cryptids, and ancient civilizations.
2 more Catholic churches have been destroyed by fires in Canada. The 2 churches were located in Indigenous communities in Western Canadian region of British Columbia. The incident follows the grim discoveries of nearly 1,000 unmarked graves at the former church-run Indigenous residential schools in the country. St. Anne's Catholic Church on the Upper Similkameen India Band and the Chapaka Catholic Church in the lower Similkameen India Band are believed to have been set ablaze less than an hour apart in the early morning hours of Saturday.
You mentioned there the fact that the Israelis are opening an embassy and a consulate. That in itself is significant. It's a confirmation of the new relationship between the UAE and Israel. And it's significant, certainly, as far as the Israelis is concerned. It's confirmation that the Abraham Accords are bedding down. The supplies, obviously, not just the UAE, but to Bahrain, to Morocco and Sudan as well. And the hope will be, on the Israeli side at least, that this is just the beginning, that there will be others, particularly in the Gulf, Oman, for instance, which may want to join in the accords, and further down the line, that this will spread to Saudi Arabia.
Fire in a railway arch underneath Elephant and Castle train station. In total, we've dispatched 15 fire engines with around about 100 firefighters to the address. There was a significant fire in a car garage in the railway arches, which also involved several cars outside the railway arches and a telephone box. The smoke that was created by that fire also affected the main overground station of Elephant and Castle, which was subsequently closed as precaution. We had 5 people who were in the address at the time, who left before the arrival of London Fire Brigade. They've all been assessed. One person is being treated on scene by London Ambulance Service for smoke inhalation, but there's no reports of any other injuries at this time. At the moment, the cause of the fire is unknown.